Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're good, hope you're well. So I recently-ish this year turned 28 and I wasn't always this wise. No, I'm joking, obviously I'm still learning. But I was reflecting as I do, and I was just thinking about younger Adella, and I started thinking about all the things I wish she knew back then. Back when she was 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20, gallivanting, thinking stuff that maybe wasn't true. And yes, these are the things that I wish I could tell her. And so I'm sharing them with you in the hopes that, you know, hopefully you can learn from them. As always, please comment down below. I feel like this is one of those ones where everybody will have something to add, and I really want to hear your bits of advice. Yeah, let's get into it, shall we? So firstly, I feel like getting to know yourself is the foundation upon which you grow, you improve, you learn, you interact, and everything, I believe, everything about us is that way for a reason. And so with that said, the first thing I wish I knew when I was younger was to question everything and to blindly accept nothing. For so long, when I was younger, I just rolled through life, just accepting everything about myself, which not that sounds like a good thing, but accepting like everything that I did and just not questioning why I did the things I did, why I felt the way I felt, why I acted the way I acted. I just kind of rolled through life just being like, yeah, this is me. Like, for example, I knew I was a scaredy cat. I knew I was scared of the dark. I knew I was scared of confrontation. I knew I was scared of correction, but I kind of just accepted, yeah, I'm a scaredy cat. And I never questioned why or how I can change or anything like that. I knew I was emotional. I knew I was always holding back tears. I didn't want people to see me cry, but I would cry often. And I never questioned why, in my eyes, some small things would make me cry and tear up. I just thought, yeah, I'm emotional. When I tell you, when I started to question things about myself, the floodgates opened and I just started addressing everything, questioning everything. And I can honestly say it's transformed my life. Asking these questions about myself and kind of, to an extent, answering these questions about myself came mostly, I would say, from therapy. And you guys on this channel know that I am a big advocate for therapy. And so I'm really excited to talk about today's sponsor. So thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. So BetterHelp has a network of over 20,000 licensed professional therapists. And what they do is that they assess your needs and then they match you with your own professional therapist. And so it's very bespoke. I had to do a questionnaire. It wasn't very long at all, but the questions were really detailed and really thorough. And so it allowed them to match me with the right therapist. This time around, you guys know I've done therapy before, but this time around, I wanted to opt for faith-based therapy because I am a Christian and I've never done that before. And when I tell you it was a great decision, they matched me with a really great therapist, and I can log into my account at any time to message him, and I get a timely response probably within 24, 48 hours. And I'm able to schedule the sessions in my own time when I'm free, so I can fit around my schedule. It's not a crisis line, it's not a self-help platform, it is literally qualified licensed therapy, which I would highly recommend. So there are quite a few things that stood out to me about BetterHelp that I think make it a really good option if you are looking to go into therapy. So firstly, the timing of it all. After I did my questionnaire, I was matched within 48 hours, so really timely. They're also committed to finding you a good match, so they make it really easy and free to switch therapists if you would choose to do so. It's much more affordable than like traditional offline therapy, and they do provide financial aid if you need it. And then the whole process of just being able to work it around your schedule, message your therapist when you need, get a timely response, book sessions in when it suits you, being able to change them in advance if you need to. It's just really convenient. And I've had a lot of people ask me in my DMs, because I do talk about therapy a lot. A few people have asked me, who's your therapist? Obviously I can't like give out names on YouTube, but I would advise that a service like this makes it really easy for a lot of people who, like myself, were not really privy to therapy based on like childhood and upbringing and all that kind of stuff. So would definitely recommend. And of course, there's a special offer for my subscribers. You can get 10% off your first month with BetterHelp. And to do that, all you need to do is go to betterhelp.com/Adella. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Adella. And yeah, you can join over 1 million people who are taking charge of their mental health. We love to see it. All of the info and the link to betterhelp.com/Adella will be in the description below, so do check that out. So the second thing I wish I knew when I was younger is that love is a verb. Love in friendships, in romantic relationships, in family relationships, it is all a verb. It is not a feeling. Of course, falling in love, being in love, butterflies, that's a feeling, but the act of love and long-term sustainable love, it's a verb, people. It's a doing word. I spent so long, I think, like many of us, thinking that love was just something that you felt and that it came naturally. But funnily enough, although I thought it was natural, I still expected the people around me to intentionally love me. So part of me knew that it was a verb, but anyway, the result of that was that friendships died, relationships fell flat. Now that I'm older and I guess I'm busier, I'm realizing that love has to be intentional. If I want to maintain that feeling of love or that affection that I have towards my family and my friends, it has to be intentional and it has to be an action. Butterflies and all that are great, but what happens when my imperfect husband starts getting on my imperfect nerves? Or how about when this imperfect world makes my perfect friends imperfect and they fall into a season where they're no longer fun and my imperfect self still has to carve out time from them? Butterflies won't cut it in those moments. It takes so much hard work and intentionality, and the results can be magical and butterflies and all that jazz, but at the end of the day, it's still hard work. Another thing I wish I knew when I was younger is that emotions aren't good or bad, they're just signals. This is something I learned in therapy. I always would categorize emotions as good or bad. So like sadness is bad, fear is bad. For me, that was a big one. Oh, I want to get rid of fear. Fear is bad. Anxiety is bad. So I'd always label feelings as good, emotions as good or bad. But what my therapist taught me is that no, emotions aren't good or bad. Emotions are signals. The reason you get anxious is because your body is responding to what it perceives to be a threat. And so your body's now getting ready to run, fight or flight. That's what your body's doing. Fear is your body's signal going from your brain to your body to run. Fear is good in some instances. If you've been chased by a bear, fear is what's going to keep you running when on a normal day you can't even run for the bus. Do you get what I mean? So emotions are signals. What can be good or bad is your reaction to that emotion. So what am I going to do with this fear? How am I going to react to this anxiety? What is this sadness telling me? Do you get what I mean? But the emotion itself is just a signal. And when I realized that, I said, rah, I'm not broken. Let's address the problem now. So signals should be acknowledged. But I also think signals should be paired with other things like your logic, your beliefs, your morals, your foundation, facts, evidence. Ignoring your emotions is not a good idea. But also letting your emotions dictate your decisions is not a very good strategy either. So there has to be balance. But the emotion itself, that's just a signal. What you do with that signal should be based upon a whole bunch of other things as well. Another thing I recently learned, and I wish I knew it when I was younger, is to learn to be in a contract with yourself. Keith, he's probably going to add some editor notes saying, yeah, Adella, because it was Keith that told me this recently and it really stuck with me. I am a hard worker, okay? I believe I'm a hard worker now. And I work hard at some things. For example, my job, my 9 to 5, yeah, I've signed a contract and therefore I'm going to work hard because the consequences of not working hard is a breach of my contract. And that breach of my contract could lead to disciplinaries, it could lead to me getting fired, it could just lead to a lot of crap. And I signed a contract and so I'm going to work hard. And what Keith recently reminded me is that actually, Adella, you have also made a contract with yourself. I've made a contract with 30-year-old Adella, 35-year-old Adella. I've made a contract with future me. And every time I do something that is a breach, I guess, of that contract, I am breaching a contract with future me, and there will be consequences to that. Just the same way as that if I breach a contract at work or in any other instance, there will be consequences. There are consequences to me breaching the contract that I've made with myself, my future me. So things like being consistent on this channel, working out, eating right, reading my word, praying. If I fail to do those things when I know I should be doing them, I am breaching a contract with my future self, and I will see that consequence in the future. And so whereas I tend to think about tomorrow me or this evening me or right now me, I'm tired, I need to start thinking about future me. And I wish I started thinking about future me when I was younger. Which leads me nicely into my next point, which is to embrace. I wish younger me would embrace the hard stuff early and often. Take it from someone who did not embrace the hard stuff early and often and is now a full-on adult who is adulting and has to now learn to develop 1,000 different muscles, because discipline is a muscle. Like, if I had embraced pushing my body, for example, past the point of pain and maybe not giving up on certain activities, maybe today me wouldn't have missed the bus because she knew she couldn't make it, because she knew she couldn't run. If I had embraced filming a video even when my body was telling me, nah, just watch Netflix and go to bed, maybe I'd be on 500,000 subscribers right now. Who knows? And this is not like new information. There are plenty of sayings around this lesson in particular. One of my favorite ones is that if you're willing to do only what's easy, then life will be hard. But if you're willing to do what's hard, then life will be easy. Another way of saying it is hard choices, easy life. Easy choices, hard life. Another way of saying it, pay now, play later, or play now, pay later. They all mean the same thing. They're saying embrace the hard stuff now, early, often, and future you will thank you. Or choose the easy life now and in turn make your life actually harder. Embracing only what's easy seems like the good idea. It seems like the right idea. Like, I'm so tired. The best idea for me right now is to just sleep. But actually, future you will be like, oh, now I'm suffering. Now I'm struggling. So I wish I had embraced it early. I'm still struggling with that now, but I'm trying to embrace hardship. Not for the sake of struggling, struggle culture, that's not me, but just so that I can not struggle even more in the future and not see struggle as a negative thing all the time. That's it. There's more. I had a long list, but I thought, Adella, come on, condense. So those are the things I wish I knew when I was younger. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you disagree? Because sometimes you disagree and I love to hear it. But like I said before, add yours down below in the comments. I really, really want to know what you guys are going to say. I think I'm going to read them and be like, damn, I should have put that in my video. Also, do check out betterhelp.com/Adella, leaving that in the description down below, and get started on your therapy journey. And I will see you, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.